Hello and welcome to the Room Pulse Media Radio Show and podcast. If you're listening live, hello. If you're listening on our YouTube channel,
also hello.
Yep,
hello.
That's the way it works. Welcome to the Room. This is a film and television themed radio show and podcast. We talk full things, film and TV, and as Tom likes to elegantly put it, we are a storytelling platform.
Come and get you from your favourite dead medium.
I'm sure he'd put it now. If he would.
As part of my research, in 2015, a study of I think it was 140,000 podcast shows or podcasts there are in the world. 12,500 are about film and TV. It's the fourth most popular demographic.
What's the first?
Christianity.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Good Christian podcast.
I've never heard one. But I think we could be a good Christian podcast.
Tell us them all.
It was Christianity, something, entertainment or music.
Entertainment's too vague.
I think it was music, film, then sport was actually quite low, I remember. And there was other stuff in there like lifestyle and like business management, stuff like that, boring stuff.
Business management podcast.
None of that boring stuff in here. Each week we play a soundtrack. But the soundtrack has not yet arrived, as Tom is not here. I'm doing this all in the wrong order this week. I don't know why. I've not even introduced ourselves. I'm Josh.
You sort of did. Well,
you are?
I'm Jack, but I was eating. My apologies.
Yep. Well, he definitely wasn't eating, if anybody's listening from the Pulse hierarchy.
Oh, no.
I'm Liam.
Yes.
And
Tom is on his way with the soundtrack. And each week we play a soundtrack. And that soundtrack is... from a film, and if you can name the film and comment on our Facebook page, Twitter, you can win a prize. Last week, a couple of people guessed it. They didn't comment on the Facebook page. They were messaging us. That's not how it works. You've got to leave a comment on the Facebook page.
See, if you leave a comment on the Facebook page, it looks like we've got traffic. And it makes us look cool. So please do that instead. I know you don't want your mates to know you listen to this godforsaken podcast. I don't want my mum to know I'm on it. But do us a solid. Please, and just comment instead.
We're struggling too.
Yeah, I know.
Jack, why don't you tell us what we're going to be doing about in today's episode?
After you finish your pork pie, fat...
Liam, why don't you tell us what we're going to be doing in today's episode?
We're going to do a little retrospective of what happened during the BAFTAs.
Yep.
So what we're doing is we're talking about BAFTAs. I think I was the only one who watched them, but it's all good. So we're talking about BAFTAs. And then we're going to be introducing a new segment that Tom likes to call... I don't know, he'd tell you if it was here.
He's going to have a banging name for it, I'm sure.
But I bet it's plagiarised, whatever the name is.
Probably plagiarised. Tom's entire thing is probably... Basically, we're going to do film quiz. But not just any old type-in film quiz, answer it online. I've written 20 questions. I expect Tom to have written questions.
And at the end of it, after those 20 questions, we have to guess what Jack is.
Is this because I came with facts? And it was the highlight of the podcast that week.
That was actually good.
It was
good Christian facts.
But I don't do the same thing twice.
And then once we've done the quizzes, we will talk about the Oscars, how the BAFTAs may have affected the Oscars, our predictions, and we'll play a lovely
song
in between that.
This week's soundtrack is a good one. If it ever,
you'll never guess
if it ever gets here. So we'll start off as always with a light bit of news. We'll only keep this brief this week as we have got a lot to get through with these two quizzes or quiz and a half or whatever we want to call it. So has anybody got any news they want to talk about?
I didn't see anything this week, I don't think.
No.
Other than the BAFTAs, obviously, was the big news.
Well, there you go. Jurassic World 3 set for 2021.
I did see that, actually, yeah.
So wasn't the first one come out 2015? 3-year layoff between each. They must be confident. They've been talking the talk about this film, They've been really putting it out there that it's all right.
Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it doesn't matter because people are still going to watch it anyway.
I wasn't a fan of Jurassic World, to be honest.
I thought it was fine.
I thought
it was a good film, but
I don't think it was a good film.
Nothing on Jurassic Park.
I'm surprised they're still making Jurassic Park. Because we have all the CG in the world now to do anything they want.
Yeah, but
we're still using that name to make money.
But it is quite. It's it doesn't really
properties sell. Like Jack just said, people will watch it anyway because it's Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
Look at Fast and Furious.
Yeah, but Fast and Furious is just funny at this point. How many is there? 8, 7,
funny, but terribly funny.
What's that?
How many Fast and Furious?
It was the Fate and the Furious was the last one, wasn't it?
Fast and Furiati.
The Furiosa Road.
Furiosa.
What a crossover that would be. Vin
Furiosa
Diesel
Road.
turns up in the Furiosa spin-off film. When is that happening? That was meant to be happening, wasn't it? It's been like 3 years since Mad Max came out. Or 2. 2015, I don't know what time of year it was.
It was about now, you know, it was, I think it was March 2015.
That noise is horrible. Should I write that down in the technical issues that we've been given?
Well,
Horrible noise.
do you know what that is?
No. It's feedback, innit?
No, it's your phone interfering with the mechanics.
Get your phone off, Jack.
My phone's miles away, and it's got my quiz on it.
Alright, fair enough. Sorry, listeners. Yeah, I've not really seen... I saw a trailer, actually, in the cinema for Isle of Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The new Wes Anderson film.
It comes out in, like, now, doesn't it?
It looks good. I don't know when it
Does
comes
that
out.
come out, like, tomorrow or something?
Let me check.
That's the new marketing strategy, isn't it?
What,
Last
comes
minute.
out,
It's
like, tomorrow?
here's a film I made. It's out. Here's the trailer for it. Actually, it's the actual film.
That's his birthday. That's Liam's picture.
Yeah, a picture of Wes Anderson follows me everywhere. It's because that picture of him is in his style.
23rd
It's so like
March.
symmetrical.
Okay. So it's about a month away. So it's exactly a month away, actually.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the look of it. It looks it does like
Usual suspects in this
British
film.
wit very well for somebody from Texas. You know, I'm a big fan. Not so much of the aesthetic, but the writing. I think he's a very undervalued writer.
Yeah, his aesthetic is.
I'm on board with that.
It's what it is.
Yeah, people fail to look past that, but when you do, there's quite like the Darling Limited is probably one of his lesser known films.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite one of his.
And there's so much like good writing in that, and like blocking and stuff like that you don't notice. Like in the end of the film, they've been carrying these bags around the entire film that were gifted to him by their dad, and it's literally like emotional luggage, you know what I mean, like emotional baggage.
There's a thing where
and they cast it aside right at the end.
You know when he keeps like swapping belts with them or something.
Yeah.
That's supposed to represent something, their relationship.
Yeah, and like not all three of them are in the same shot.
Yeah.
Until the end, stuff like that. It's a really good film.
Yeah, I remember
like
college.
that one. Life Aquatica is my favourite, I think, of Wes.
I have seen
Again, another
two
one.
whole Wes Anderson films, and they were good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ooh. TV's LA Confidential.
My mic on.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I think it might be these headphones.
Yeah. Have you done the old little
Because I can
radical
hear,
fingers
because I
thing?
can hear you, but I don't know where this mic is positioned.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh,
What
yeah.
is this?
That's better.
What is
Good
this?
job. That's not right, is it? That's at a
Write
right
it
angle
down.
to you.
Write it down.
The mic is at a right angle.
Mic is absolutely bamboozling.
This is not at a perfect 45 degrees.
There we go. Okay. Hi everyone.
Right. Should we get into the BAFTAs? There's not much
arrived.
on.
Let's get in the bath.
Tell you what.
Does.
So I mean, it starts off with the worst host for any award show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Did you see Jack Whitehall at the Brits last night?
No,
I
He was
watched some
pretty
of the
bad.
bits.
that was bad.
Well,
Well,
he's
I expect it to be bad.
he's
It's
not
Jack
funny
Whitehall.
anymore, but
Jack Whitehall hasn't really ever been funny. However,
Zing.
he's
He's gone on YouTube now. You know his career's up.
hey guys, unboxing things.
who went? You know what's a good idea? Joanna Lumley. Nobody's ever said that.
I quite like
Ever.
Joanna Lumley.
No, she was the worst. Literally, I don't think she made one funny joke. I think she tried to make like a couple of jokes, and none of them landed, even with the audience.
The
that
way
were
you
there.
described it was she just came out and called everyone darlings.
She did.
Mm.
Is the term darling
was-
condescending?
Oh,
No.
I think it is at this point.
I don't know.
When posh
I don't
people
know.
talk-
I tell you
regardless,
what I
she
find
was-
condescending is when people call me young man.
Young man.
Yeah,
You
well,
are a young man.
It really grinds my gears, especially if they know my name and they still call me young man.
I remember you saying.
Young man.
I just want to go.
There's no need to feel down.
Just because what if I responded, yeah, no worries, old man.
Some people like that. Some people want to feel
Old
old,
man.
but like they're like the 18.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Some people.
You know, them 18-year-olds you meet who like wear tweed and flat caps. Them kids want to be called old.
I don't
man.
have either of them, but I'm a fan of tweed.
This was the best bit of the BAFTAs. Ridley Scott got a fellowship.
Yeah.
That was the best bit. I was like, yeah, you go Ridley Scott. You've not made a good film in 15 years,
Well,
but
You don't make your own films anymore.
the quality of film
Martian's
you did
alright.
used to make. Oh, yeah. Did he directed that?
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. I'll give him one exception.
That all the money in the world's meant to be okay, apart from the fact that the women got paid off as much as the men, and Kevin Spacey's a paedophile.
Best film. Kick it away.
We started from the top.
Should I just let's start from the top.
Yeah, we'll start with the big stuff because people click off anyway, so we might as well give them something good whilst they're here.
What was the average again? I think they're all gone by now.
40 minutes.
Oh, wait till Tom gets here.
Yeah, and then they'll definitely be gone. So yeah, best film. The nominations were pretty much the same as the Oscars.
Similar, very similar.
There was no what's it called? Phantom Thread, which I've watched recently. Very good. Very good. Very Daniel Day-Lewis-esque.
Yeah, I've not seen it. It was nominated for other stuff, but... So they got... Thingy won this. 3 Billboards won this one. Unsurprisingly, especially for the BAFTAs, because,
It's a British film. It's believe it or not.
I believe it.
But then again, at the same time, Dunkirk, British film. And I'm sure Darkest Hour is as well.
I think they were all. I think everyone's been so impressed by how well 3 Billboards done. Considering how indie it is. Because every time I've seen Sam Rockwell win 2 awards for this now, the Golden Globes and the BAFTAs. And
I think he deserves an Oscar.
Oh, I completely agree. But both times he said, "It's just nice." He goes, "I'm in a lot of indie films, but it's just nice to be an indie film that people watch." That literally was a quote from his Golden Globe speech.
Yeah.
He's very happy that because he probably just made another film that he didn't think many people would see. And now he's winning awards for it, and I don't think he probably expected that going into...
It's a great film.
He seems like a lovely guy, Sam Rockwell. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that goes for
He doesn't strike me as a Kevin Spacey type.
Is Kevin Spacey the biggest heel now in Hollywood?
Well, I mean, I was thinking more like, Eddie Redmayne type, who goes for those.
I'm sure Hulk Hogan still takes that. Mel Gibson's on the back.
What did Hulk Hogan do?
Yeah, I think he was racist. Yes,
he was definitely
very racist.
Oh yeah, he was being... Oh no, it's the fact that he was being racist while being recorded, having sex with somebody's wife. That's how many sins is that?
Well, he wasn't in the BAFTAs, so...
Well, yeah. He was in Rocky. That one.
Outstanding British film was... Because there was interesting ones in this, because I've only seen 2 of these. No, 3 of these, sorry. There's 6 films? 6 films?
Paddington 2.
Yeah, so there's Paddington 2, Lady Macbeth, and God's Own Country.
I know somebody worked on that.
What, God's Own Country?
Yeah, the sound assistant, or beam operator.
Well, those 3 I've not seen. Heard they're all amazing.
Yeah, he said it was pretty... He didn't like it, but it's winning loads of awards.
God's Own Country, the one, the northern one.
Yeah, I think so. It would have been if he got in.
Death of Stalin's brilliant.
I've not seen that.
It's a really good film.
What's it about, Jack?
I didn't think it as good. I didn't think it was as good as everyone was hyping up to be, but I still thought it was really good. I thought some of the humour was a bit not particularly funny.
It's Russians for you, innit? It's the Ruskies.
Well, anyway.
I don't know.
So it's about
to any
the death of Stalin.
We love Ruskies.
But it's literally from this when Stalin dies. And
what?
Then,
Spoiler, Jack, come on.
So right at the beginning of the film he dies, and then it's like all his cabinet
he's in Argentina with Hitler.
Oh yeah.
All wanting the role.
Yeah.
Of
Stalin 2.0.
Stalin 2. So they all fight for it, but in a really passive aggressive sort of everyone sort of knows that they want it. Everyone sort of knows that everybody else wants it, and they're all nice to each other's face. And they get behind the back, and he's like, right, kill him right now.
So it's Julius Caesar.
It's a really good film. It's
but
really
with
funny.
Big fluffy hats.
You'd really like it. I'm surprised you've not seen it.
No, I'll give it a watch. Maybe tonight.
It's really good. It's really good.
What else was
Darkest Hour, obviously. Darkest Hour.
That's the only one I've not seen yet. Of the big awards films.
I don't think it was particularly I don't know.
I'm not overly hyped to see it, to be honest.
No.
I've heard it's very talky.
Yeah,
and I feel
it doesn't bother me that. The last very talky film I went to watch on hype was Lincoln, and that was terrible. So
yeah, Phantom Thread's pretty talky, but there's other parts to it. There's other elements to it. It's very good. I love that film.
And then 3 Billboards. Won again.
Yeah, Phil.
Because 2 right.
Understandably so.
2 right for
outstanding British film.
Easy.
I think T2 should have got a nomination there.
Well, yeah.
T2 has been shafted in all of these, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it's good enough for a nomination.
I love it.
It's a really good film. It's not as good as the first one.
When I watched it, it just reinvigorated my love for cinema.
I don't remember that much about it.
I remember enjoying it a lot more than the first one. I watched the first one and like the first one's an amazing film, but I enjoyed the second one a lot more.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that.
I really enjoyed it. Right.
Outstanding debut. I knew none of these. I knew of Lady Macbeth, but I didn't know of any of the rest. This I Am Not a Witch one, and I think it's set in like I don't know, Uganda or something. It looked quite good, to be fair. The best bit about like categories like outstanding debut by British writers, because usually of the 5 films I haven't really seen any of them.
I've not heard of any of the people making them either.
Yeah, which means that if you give those a go, obviously they must be good. So if you give them a go, you discover sort of like new parts of cinema.
The BAFTAs are sort of better than the Oscars.
I would disagree. I think the BAFTAs are heavily more British.
Definitely. But
obviously.
But then at the same time, the Oscars are heavily more American.
American.
I mean, I think it's because it doesn't matter what wins awards. Like certain things won't win awards, but it doesn't mean it's still not an amazing film. Like Whiplash didn't win Best Picture, but I think Whiplash did deserve Best Picture. But just because it didn't win, I'm not going, well, it wasn't as good as Birdman. I think it's better than Birdman.
Definitely.
So, like, awards don't particularly matter in a sense, but the reason people watch award shows is for the spectacle and, they like seeing everyone's celebrities. It's like the most sort of... It's like opening an OK magazine and looking but watching it. Like, I wouldn't do that any other time of the year, but I will do it for the award show.
People don't remember what wins awards, like, in years to come, do
No,
they? So.
no, I mean...
Unless they won it and they shouldn't have. Like, when people are like...
Yeah.
Who's won an Oscar who really shouldn't have done? People remember Cuba Gooding Jr. winning one. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but his speech was really something.
But yeah, I mean, people watch the Oscars and the BAFTAs for the spectacle, and in terms of putting on a show, the Oscars does it so much better. The Oscars know exactly what they're like. The BAFTAs is a bit more pretentious, I'd say, than the Oscars, because it sort of panders to this to a film watching audience, whereas the Oscars is like, everybody, anywhere, watch the Oscars, it's great. So the BAFTAs had, Joanna Lumley hosting. Terrible choice. Stephen Fry was good, and because Stephen Fry had been the host for the last 12 years, and Stephen Fry was funny.
He gets in trouble a lot, doesn't he?
He does get in trouble a lot. He's a bit gay, and he gets in trouble for touching boys, I think.
No, he's married
to a boy.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, chap.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Joanna Lumley was a terrible host, and it wasn't fun to watch. It was like, yes, my guy won, but it wasn't fun. But the other thing that the BAFTAs do, I don't think they care that much, because they actually pre-record most of it and cut out the non-important ones. Literally, they do that. They go right at the end. It goes, awards presented earlier, and it's like best
the Oscars
best editing or best cinematography, and I'm like, how is this not one of the most important things?
It's what people care about, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Oscars
so
even televise
it's what you commoners care about.
So in terms of a
common folk,
in terms of a better spectacle, the Oscars is much more, because it's like some 6 hours award show that just explodes, and it's great.
It's great fun. It's great.
It's a good laugh.
Okay, now we're on to film not in English.
Film not in English language. Again, I hadn't seen any of these. The only two I'd heard of were The Handmaiden and The Salesman.
I've heard of
the Ellie. Just because whenever you type in like best films of 2017, that always comes up as one of the first ones. But it doesn't sound appealing to me at all. It's about like a CEO. It's by Paul Verhoeven, Tom's favourite. Yeah. And I've heard of First They Killed My Father. Well, I thought I had. I thought it was the follow-up to the
Second They Killed My Mother prequel.
Yeah, the guy who made those documentaries about Cambodia. They're quite popular. Like, what's it called? Can't remember. Killing Fields or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think I know.
But that was a 1984 film, but it's something like that. Angelina Jolie. Didn't know
she directs now, doesn't she?
She sits in the chair.
She says, "Do this, do that."
So yeah,
I think just her acting career is a bit over, and her personal life is a bit all over the place. But good on her. A good female director being nominated. She's made some good films. Unbroken is okay.
Well, I didn't watch Unbroken.
Good performances from Jack O'Connell. Yeah. Not much to say about them, is there?
So we didn't watch that documentary. The only one I've heard of two here, Icarus, which was about the
Brett Morgan. I do like, but I've not heard of Jane.
Yeah, An Inconvenient Sequel obviously was the sequel to An Inconvenient Truth. Icarus was about the Russian doping scandal, I think.
Alright.
The one that won this was called I Am Not Your Negro, and I've not seen that.
Very topical for the current political climate.
The current political climate doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, you know.
I wasn't here last week, but I'm sure you talked about Black Panther.
Only briefly, because only I'd seen it.
Oh. I haven't seen it either yet, but yeah. I wish Tom would hurry up.
Josh is trying to figure out how to spell, so we can look at what word this is.
Describing the project, Remember This House. Oh, so it's all about the years following the assassinations of Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King Jr. And it's been. I guess it's. Well, I think I saw the trailer for this, and thinking it was, what's it called, the 13th. You know, the one that was Oscar nominated last year.
Yeah, we won that last year, didn't it?
Did it win? Yeah. And then when I started watching that's all about the prison system in America, and I was very confused. But yeah, I think I meant to watch this one, and I watched the other one.
Whoops.
Yeah, but
how did that turn out? Was that any good?
It was alright. I didn't finish it. Animated films.
Easy.
I went to watch Coco on
my favourite one's not here.
Thursday.
So.
What's that, Boss Baby?
No, yes, it was Boss Baby.
About your favourite animated film.
Yeah, it was The Breadwinner.
The Breadwinner.
That was up for an Oscar, and I don't think it's going to win because Coco is absolutely destroying anything.
I know, yeah.
Too right, though,
it is pretty good, though. I watched Loving Vincent the other day as well.
Oh, yeah.
And at first I started watching it, obviously, because it's quite a unique spectacle. I think it should probably clean up at the awards simply because of how groundbreaking it is. 100 artists painted every frame. And after 10 minutes, I nearly turned it off twice because I was just like, it was
That's
like
the reason
blowing my mind.
It. I just didn't think it would.
I was just like, my eyes were going, and then you settle into it and you hardly notice it, and it's really actually kind of fun to pick out who is that actor. I recognise that actor, just in between the bits of dialogue and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's Chris O'Dowda. Oh, that's the guy from Poldark. Oh, that's Saoirse Ronan. Just like quite big actors in quite minor roles.
Yeah.
All doing like English accents, even though it's set in northern France, which is kind of bizarre. Nonetheless, still very entertaining. I always thought going into it, I hadn't seen anything about it apart from like something on like Northwest Tonight, and they said that it was about Van Gogh's life, but it's really about his death. I thought it'd be like this is how he started out. But it's all in the aftermath set after his death, which is quite interesting actually. Quite a unique look at it.
About that, so.
Yeah, I'd recommend it, and Coco as well. My Life as a Courgette I have not seen, but one of my favourite titles.
It's a solid title. It's up there in terms of if titles could win categories.
Right, now let's talk
about... If titles could win categories, there'd be some mad films coming out with some weird titles.
The Men Who Stare at Goats is pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a good title.
Freddy Got Fingered is a pretty good title.
The Assassination of Jesse James by coward Robert Ford. Quite a good film.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row you mentioned that film.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's favourite film.
I feel like I might as well just bring up the conversation was getting boring anyway. There you go, 3 weeks in a row.
Green Street.
Topical. All right, back on the track here. Director.
Well, I think Denis Villeneuve deserved an Oscar nomination.
I think he deserved a nom.
And now he didn't get one, and he's got one for the BAFTAs, which I'm quite happy about. What I would say about Blade Runner is it was critically adored when it came out, and audiences didn't really... Well, it did all right, but it about broke even, didn't it? It didn't make any money.
Visual effects, really good. Film, really long.
It was a bit long.
Too long. I went to see it with Kemp, and I think every 10 minutes we just looked at each other. I was like, it's still on.
I really enjoyed it though, and now sort of the tide's sort of turning on it. Like, what's his name? What's the guy who plays the android in the original? Rupert Hauer or whatever his name is. Rutger
Harrison
Hauer.
Ford.
No, Rutger Hauer said like he hates it. He thinks it's soulless and all this kind of stuff. You know, he's got no heart.
But you would, because he's not been anything else.
Isn't that sort of the gimmick?
He's an old guy in a lot of things.
Visually, it just looked really good.
Yeah, I thought it was a good, interesting
His
story. Some good
apartment looked
twists
really nice.
and tales, and I like the idea that the question is more important than the answer. I've said many a time. Also nominated for Best Director is Luca Guadagnino. Call Me By Your Name.
It's your turn to pronounce this week.
Yes. Cool.
Alright, we were talking about that film, about how that's Josh's favourite film.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You know, Call Me By Your Name, about the homosexual relations between a professor's son and a professor's student. Being Army Hammer and a very small lad. You know, he would get destroyed. Jack, you try and pronounce this next name. Dunkirk. Pretty close. I'll give him marks for that. Can you get the name, Liam?
Steven Spielberg, is that?
Yeah, correct. So yeah, Dunkirk got nominated as well. That was a funny moment.
I thought it was pronounced Stupeg. Never mind. Steven Stupeg.
But this category is easy. Del Toro.
Shape of Water.
Every day of the week, going with Del Toro for this category, comfortably.
Yeah.
Easy. The directing in that film is.
That film is just good, but at the same time, that water scene is completely unrealistic.
Well,
After Effects plugin.
Original screenplay. This was an easy category. Easy, as good as those other films might be good, but you cannot argue with.
I don't want to give it to it because it's already had it like so many times, but it probably is the best written. It is
the best written film I've seen in the last few years, to be honest.
I really enjoyed all those films on there. I, Tonya was really good. Really surprised me about how well that was. I was like scrolling through what to watch, and I was like, oh, all right, that's what's left.
I think they might well be, deserving, but I don't think anything can beat Three Billboards.
Yeah, Get Out's well written, and Lady Bird has a really good characterization in it. And of course, Shape of Water. I don't know if that's necessarily got the greatest writing.
Yeah, I didn't particularly notice that, but I'm biased because I think it's a great film, so I'll give it.
Adapted screenplay, again, I think T2 should have been nominated.
You see, this one for me should have been Death for Stalin.
What's that adapted from?
I assume a novel.
I watched Molly's Game and that was pretty good,
Yeah.
But I think I liked it because it was like Aaron Sorkin, and I was like, Aaron Sorkin. I was like, he's a good writer.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is alright.
The thing is,
it was still at the same time not the most riveting film I've ever seen.
I feel like it was an easy one just for the sake of my name to win. I've not seen it, but Death of Stalin was a very good comedy film and very well written for a comedy film. And if it's good enough as a comedy film to get into the best screenplay category, it should be better than a best picture that's easy to write. I say easy to write. Easy to write if you're an award-winning screenwriter.
Playwright.
Or playwright.
Again, I think leading actress. This is my Oscar-winning leading actress as well.
Yeah,
I know we're also big fans of Sally Hawkins, but Frances McDermott won for best leading actress in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I've never heard of Annette. Oh, I've heard of Annette Bening. Never heard of Film Stars That Don't Die.
I have. You never got around to watching it. It was only on very, very briefly. I don't think it was on the cinema near me. Very indie. That sort of did alright. It's one of those indies that sort of broke, but sort of didn't.
Yeah.
Whereas 3 Billboards is one of those indies that really did well. Leading actor was an easy one again.
Gary Oldman. I've still not seen Darkest Hour.
I've not seen Darkest Hour. And I know that Gary Oldman is deserving of that Oscar. After
watching Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread, it's like, I feel like he did it for Paul Thomas Anderson, because they're obviously boys. It's not like his groundbreaking performance or anything. It's good. It's not groundbreaking, So I can understand him losing out there. Daniel Kaluuya.
I don't think he's deserving of an actor nod.
I don't know. He's pretty good in Get Out.
If we relevant topic to this, he won Best Rising Star at this Baftas. Daniel Kaluuya.
Fair.
Which is it was absolutely. I mean, it was the most obvious thing I've ever seen. Literally, they announced it, and they announced it, and I was like, but I wouldn't count him as a rising star. He's been in so much stuff for so long.
What time do you call this, Tom?
Tom's arrived.
Tom's arrived. We're not going to make it obvious. He's going to slide in seamlessly to the podcast and join the conversation.
Oh no, Tom, has your mic been off this entire time?
It has. I was trying to tell you. I was thinking like smoke signals and everything.
Let's bang some songs on.
Yeah, try talking into that mic, Tom.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Tom, why don't you introduce the socials? We haven't done that yet.
Oh, the socials, right. Oh, have you actually explained what we are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been here for a while, Tom.
34 minutes, Tom.
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
You'll
to
miss a
find
quarter
us
of the show.
and interact with us, please go to our Facebook page, which is The Room Radio Show.
No, it's not.
No?
It's the Room Pulse Media Radio Show.
Pulse Media. I see it was either before or after. But anyway, The Room Pulse Media Radio Show on Facebook. You can find us at Twitter, which is The Room Podcast.
Yep.
And then
At the Room Pod.
At the Room Podcast. And then you can find us on YouTube. If you are late to the radio show and you want to catch up on our previous episodes.
Like Tom will have to do with the first 30 minutes of the show.
You can find us at The Room Podcast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same name for YouTube as well.
I heard Tom had to look at Josh every time he
You're
answered.
tearing me apart, Lisa!
Tom, the soundtrack you brought won't work.
Well, not.
Nope.
Should do.
Is that because you said so?
Well, it's MP3.
Don't worry, guys. We'll have a soundtrack for you soon.
Dun,
We know we will.
dun.
And it'll blow your mind.
So yeah, anyway, I don't know who he was up against in the categories, Daniel Kaluuya, but there was a couple of actors that you'd know, but it was so obvious that he was going to win after how well Get Out's done. But yeah, equally, I wouldn't start with this song.
No, we're not going to start with the obvious one.
So
We're all pretty obvious.
Here's your first song of the night. Remember, if you can guess this, to comment on our Facebook page.
You'll get nothing.
Or tweet us at the links Tom just told you about. Enjoy.
I've had enough of that.
Eric Clapton is one step away.
From heaven.
Is he dead? Is he
good?
What,
Didn't he drop it down the... Never mind.
Yeah, he dropped his child out of a window.
He didn't drop it. The
window dropped the child.
It jumped.
Well, the kid... Never mind.
It was one of those old-fashioned school windows, you know, where it's like
A window.
Yeah.
like a seesaw. I just did a visual representation of a seesaw.
Yeah, it's good that.
Yeah. So Tom, we've gone through all the nominations except for these ones that are down here.
There's still quite a few, don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
So we've just done leading actors.
So
We've done this.
So we've done the Oscars.
No,
This is the
we're
BAFTAs.
talking about the BAFTAs the other week.
This is the British version. This is the
Yeah, I don't know either, Tom.
So we're up to supporting actress.
Which I've not seen.
Why
but
you give
I
Tom this
guess-
category?
Alison Janie's good in that.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
'Cause
You're the
shaming
token
me.
misogynist.
No, oh my god.
And don't
You guys
forget
are-
homophobe
You guys
Don't
gotta
forget
stop
homophobe.
painting
and
me-
racist.
and racist.
Stop painting me
Obvious.
as someone.
Tom, you're a southerner. It's in your DNA.
It's true.
Okay, agree with
Bye,
that.
audience.
When you're from the West Country, I can't help it.
Okay, right. Well,
It's about the time of
your
drop off, isn't it?
Yeah, 41 minutes. There you
41
go.
Goodbye. We can
So
Goodbye.
Tom returns and
We doing lead actress, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to go with Shape of Water.
no supporting actress.
Oh, we're going to supporting actress, okay.
Yeah. Octavia Spencer isn't great in that. She's just like annoying.
Yeah, I keep saying this. I don't think
Yeah, I
she
was
was
about to say, no,
deserving
she
of.
just played.
Leslie Manville is really good in The Phantom Thread. She looks like my mate Keith though, which is weird.
You know, Keith.
You have. Why do you have so many friends that look like actresses? I mean,
You mean the guy who
Sally
looks
Harkins,
like... He's not my mate.
10 out of 10.
He's not my mate.
He ain't one of my boys.
He in the boy squad.
Anyway, yeah. So Alison Janney won that one. Sure, why not? Supporting actor.
Yeah, she's really good in that. She plays a proper
one.
horrible mum. Lady Bird one does that as well, but I guess Alison's slightly better. I've seen a picture of Kristen Scott Thomas in Darkest Hour, but I've not seen any of her performance. But I guess she's pretty good if she's played. Does she play Churchill's wife?
I think so, yeah.
Bloody hell. She deserves an award.
I don't know. I don't actually know.
And we all fight them on the beaches.
Supporting actor, Sam Rockwell, easy one. This one.
Okay, why is Paddington nominated for so much?
Oh, it's Hugh Grant, mate. He makes a
it's
film
supposed to
about
be
once every 2
amazing.
months.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's got 5 stars and everything I've seen.
Jesus.
Well,
Paddington 1 got all 5 stars.
I don't understand Willem Dafoe in the Florida Project.
You never hear about them, though, do you?
Oh, you do. Paddington did unbelievably well. Paddington 2's done unbelievably well.
Willem Dafoe in the Florida Project is hardly even
Jumanji
supporting.
has also done extremely well,
but
which
it's not with bad critical acclaim.
I can hear myself. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, go on.
So
Yeah,
the audience may not be able to.
I haven't seen the Florida Project. In fact, I've heard about it once.
Yeah, I've watched it, and if you've seen a film called American Honey, similar vein to that, it's like about poverty in Florida and people who like live in motels full time. Willem Dafoe is like a manager of one of these motels, but he's like less than a supporting actor. He's just like there. He has no real major impact on the script and stuff, and he's like good, but he's not. I don't understand it personally myself.
Is he like
the film was like very well received as well, and I kind of don't understand that as well because it was just all right in my opinion. Maybe I missed something.
When big actors do like cameo stuff like that, they always get nominated for best supporting too.
And Woody Harrelson, I still maintain, wasn't especially great in Three Billboards either.
He just playing.
Some of it I found very odd. It's probably some of my least favourite stuff in that film. The good bit where
really good in it. I just don't think
his big scene in the film was very good, and some of his, but like the bit where he sneezes blood.
That was good.
It just was like. I know it's meant to be quite a shocking moment, but his delivery of it was very odd. I thought, and some of the other stuff like some of these interactions with Sam Rockwell, I didn't quite buy as well.
The most awkward part about that film was his conversation with his wife, like before he goes and.
Yeah, because that was another one. She was another questionable performance in that film.
She was terrible. It just was awkward.
Who's this?
The guy who plays Woody Harrelson's wife, and she's Australian. But like, about halfway through, I was like, "Oh, she's Australian. Has she been Australian this entire film?"
I thought she was English.
British, yeah. And then she's just like, "Mate, she'll come shag me, Woody."
I just thought she was. English.
Come give me one.
You've thrown a spanner in the works.
Yeah, good name, isn't it, Woody?
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think so. You're gonna call your kid Woody?
No, but I'm gonna name his best friend Woody.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You can't do that.
I am a fella's dad as
well.
You
can if you kidnaps the kid and moves to different country.
Yeah.
Buy the kid a dog and call it Woody.
I was gonna say like I get a toy and call it Woody. Like a Woody.
Like an actual Woody doll from Toy Story.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be calling it Woody then, would you? Though.
Right. Well, I'll call it Andy then, just to.
But it would have Andy written on the boot, so that would make more sense.
Do you want to time out, you, Liam? I am God in this show.
Everyone hates this show. I'm trying to mix it up.
Alright, fair enough. I don't hate this show.
Not according to our statistics last year, where we won.
Last year,
Tom.
Award winning.
Original music. Shape of Water one. It's got a really good soundtrack.
I didn't notice any of Blade Runners.
When you heard it, did you not think of like the
Ian
the
did. He'll remind you of that
Up?
every time you see him.
Oh, shut up, Ian.
Did you not think what?
The main theme of Up.
I hope Ian doesn't listen to
it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I just.
Well, to be fair, I think of the three I've seen, they're all deserving.
Phantom Thread's good as well.
Is that got a good one?
Yeah.
Because Dunkirk is the music, the score's really good for it.
It's Hans Zimmer though, isn't it?
Yeah. Blade Runner is just
it's like going to a Michelin star restaurant and being like, "Food's all right here, isn't it?" He just delivers.
Yeah, I was about to say with Dunkirk, I didn't really.
Shouldn't be penalised for it.
Stand out.
I know, yeah.
I was just like, okay, yeah, the music fits. I didn't question it. I didn't go, oh, that's good.
Cinematography.
Blade Runner.
I'd say I have a Blade Runner Dunkirk. I'm happy for a Blade Runner to win that.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because you're from the same village as Roger Deakins.
I'd have given it to.
When you're from the West Country with Roger, I am.
I'd have given it to Dunkirk.
Good old Rog.
Yeah. Where's Hoyt van Hoytema from?
Hoyt van Hoytema?
Are you from the Lowlands?
We should just drink every time someone mispronounces a name.
We'd just be everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd crash on the way
Start mispronouncing just like normal names.
Or would you get your dad to drive it?
Yeah, probably. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Baby Driver when I didn't.
What's this one?
Interesting. Baby Driver 1 editing.
Editing. Ooh.
Is that interesting?
I don't know.
Sure.
It's well edited.
It is well edited.
I think I put it down for my Oscar nomination. I'm surprised they
It
actually
is
gave
very
it to
well
us.
edited, but I expected it to win. That's why I don't think it's interesting. I just expected it to win.
I don't
'Cause
know.
the one
Up
thing it's
against
got
some of those
going
other
for it.
ones. Like Dunkirk's very well edited as well.
Dunkirk is brilliant edited.
I think they're all pretty well edited. I don't think you can have a film that's like Oscar nominated and Best Picture nominated unless it's well edited. Apart from maybe Blade Runner because it's too long.
Whoever edited Blade Runner,
Overindulged.
yeah.
But it's still pretty good.
There's got to be. There's probably a director's cut as well. That's like 7 hours long.
5 and 5.
I might make a cut for people like me who don't want to sit in a theatre for 4 hours.
Just a question. Who reacted to the Live in 5
Me.
that we did with a wow face?
Me.
Some reason, it's my name.
Right?
What is going on?
There's something with, I'm really okay. When you made me admin of that page, every little thing that happens on it now, I have to I get notified on, and I'm just like, what? I don't care.
Nothing happens on that page.
No, it tells me when someone looks at it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wish it told me.
If some guy just accidentally clicks on it, I'm just like, oh, there's like Steve from Colorado who knows about the room now.
People from across the world that just
Yeah.
end up liking it.
I don't care. I don't care.
Anyway, I think Josh is about to play.
Should we put a song
so-
on?
Let's have another song.
Let's have another.
I'm all heated up. I need to.
Are you all? Okay. Oh, I like that. And again, try and guess that
Roll with me,
soundtrack.
Daddy. I think that's
And
Here.
comment on our Facebook page and Twitter. And they are again at the Room Pulse on Twitter and the Room Pulse Media Radio Show on Facebook. Okay, now we're going to introduce a new segment that we've never done before, but we've been talking about doing for a while, and we finally got around to doing it.
'Cause why not?
And it involves you as always, because it's all about community.
Involves us more though.
Yes, Tom, if you'd like to introduce this segment.
We thought you'd be able to give it a really interesting, upbeat name.
Yeah. Or maybe you at home can give it an upbeat name. Make sure to comment and tweet us if you have any suggestions. Or comment on our Facebook page if you have a new name for our segment.
Tom, I had a good name for it.
Why don't you speak?
To be honest,
Such a banging name.
haven't thought to give it a
Yeah,
name.
neither would I. I just was going to put you on the spot when you get it.
I was gonna call it "How's Your Sex Life."
Ooh,
And I have a soundbite for that.
questions.
Hold up. Josh is always slow. Here we go. He's not. He's not.
It's the one you didn't import.
Wait.
Oh, it's quite. What's that?
You're tearing this podcast apart.
Every second Tom does that, I'll listen to tunes out.
I was a child in Africa died.
Every 30 seconds, the child in Africa tunes out of the Room Pulse radio.
But 3 tune in.
It sounds
But
like a
we fly-
GCSE maths
We're
question.
flying up.
If 2 Africans tune out, what?
And 3 tuned in.
Yeah. How much?
many
How
are
much
still
is
dying?
how much is
How
Tom
many
talked about
apples
women?
does Johnny have? More than the Africans, put it that way.
I cannot tell you. It's confidential.
Oh, come on, why not?
No, I can't. Anyway, how is your sex life?
That was completely irrelevant now, but sure. So we'll call it whatever. I don't know. Fed up with this. Whoa.
Fed up with this wool.
Whoa.
He doesn't carry the D when he says it, really, does he? I'm tired of this world.
Oh, I thought you were saying wool.
I just said whoa. It just says fed up with this. Whoa.
Oh.
Look, man, I've not seen
Right,
the room.
Tom, why don't you introduce what
Quiz
this
time.
actually involves, because
Okay.
it's very mysterious.
Quiz
I'm on the
time.
edge of my seat.
Quiz time. Right,
Say it,
okay,
actually.
so
It's a quiz.
at the moment,
You've not mentioned
Josh
it.
and Liam have no idea what is going to go on.
Yes.
Because they didn't bother
They
to get
think they're
involved.
here for a quiz.
Jack, you picked up a deck of cards. I got really nervous.
But
We have never ever been on the radio.
Basically, and there's a £2,500 buy-in.
What?
Okay, never mind.
no.
Carry on.
We'll skip that part.
So
Was that a Bitcoin joke?
No.
me and Jack, we went.
Jack and I would be the
Jack
correct
and
way
I.
to say that.
Right,
The royal eye.
really care.
Jack
so-
and Juan.
Jack and Juan. We
No,
made.
Juan.
Jesus Christ! We
He's
a
not
quiz. We made a quiz.
Was he ever, though?
Shut up!
20 questions. I've done 10 quotes and 10 trivia questions. Jack's just done trivia, all about films. We're going to read them out. And we're going to go in 2 teams. Jack's going to be paired with Liam. I'm going to be paired with Josh.
But who is Jesus with?
He's with us all.
Thank you, Liam.
Not
We're
me.
going to see
Play
who
the mic
gets
out.
the most answers out of each other's quiz. Jack, you better not have done any difficult questions.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Don't worry, Tom. I'm on your team. So
That's
the teams
what I
are
was thinking,
Jack and Liam, me and Tom.
And of course,
We're on either
The
side of
teams
the
are
table.
Jack against Rigo.
of course the
Zing.
listeners.
Here we go, boys.
So there's quizzes, and if you know any of them at home, are we going to answer these straight away or answer them in a bit?
Answer him straight away.
Yeah, I was
Well, let's give the audience some time to think about
give 30
it.
seconds.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we do
We'll
all
do this
20
pointless style.
We do all 20 questions of one team and then all 20 questions of the other, or do you want to?
No,
No,
fire
one
back
of each,
questions
one of
other?
each. Just fire them in there
Skip in between.
and see how many you can get at home correct. Wow. Oh, Tom's written on paper.
Oh my god, Tom's taking out a book.
Yeah.
This is why I was 34 minutes late, boys.
Yeah. He was chopping down trees from the Amazon just for this show. The Room Plus Media Radio Show.
Tom shows up with his dissertation.
And as always, make sure you check out the gender neutral toilet. No assumptions, no stereotypes, no gender roles. It's for
Hashtag.
everyone. Hashtag we win with 2 E's.
Just like
You right? Yeah. No worries.
Not a clue what he just said.
He said, when you finish, can you go out the back door?
Alright.
oh,
I hope that's what he said.
Call me by your name,
well,
too.
he didn't say anything. It was a bit of sign language.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's something on the floor out there. Can you see that, Jack?
I can.
Is that a policeman?
He can't.
It looks like
That
there's-
high-vis jacket's bigger than
it
him.
looks like something's going off in here. There's men
Yeah.
with keys
Yeah,
and
they're
high-vis
walking around
jackets
quite a bit,
and
aren't they?
radios. Oh,
I hope. Alright, okay. Oh, you go first.
Alright,
you go first, Thomas.
Wait, what are team names?
Maybe I'll post these questions on the Facebook page as well when we're done, and you can comment them as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you will.
If
maybe
you're
you
listening in on YouTube,
won't. Maybe go for
Um,
or maybe I'll put them in the YouTube comment section and you can answer them as you go.
A team name I want to pick is something Josh told me about recently, about how his mate had the team name for a pub and he got kicked out of it. So I'd like to be Alabama Hot Pocket.
Nice.
You don't need to know what it means,
Okay.
but
I'm in.
Alabama Hot Pocket.
You're on a computer. Google it.
providing your parental setting is not on.
Okay,
Yeah,
what should we be
I
called?
don't know. Does that?
Have I blew it out the water?
Do we follow that, or do we?
I reckon you just be team Josh and Tom.
We'll be. Wait, my love.
Good team. Good team name.
And
team,
do you have to shout that like a
team-
buzzer when you answer it?
Why don't
or-
you be called team? Did you know Roger Deakins is from my town?
Roger Deakins is my city. All right, we'll go with that. Roger Deakins is my city.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Ask the question, Tom.
Okay.
And remember, like, comment, subscribe, and answer.
Unsubscribe.
Question
Unlike.
1. In the film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, how many years has Earth's demolition plan been on display?
I almost did a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy question. Equally, not a clue.
Wait, make sure you do
It's a
your buzzer
while
noise.
because he's like, it's been on display at the commercial service, but and it's great.
That's an actual
Spot
plot.
on impression there.
Yeah.
It's literally how she says it.
I don't know. I'm not googling it, by the way. I'm just.
As I say, Liam, you're looking pretty dodgy over there.
No, I was getting a picture of Roger Deakins just to like put there.
Hurry up,
I
Jack.
don't know, like 70 years.
70 years, he said.
70. Are you going with 70?
Well, yeah,
70 or 17?
70.
70
Tom,
sounds right.
you've got no poker face. I can already tell they're off.
It is a good while.
Cover your face when you're answering this.
He would have frowned immediately if we
Right.
got it right.
Now drop it and answer into the mic.
You're wrong.
All right, and they're wrong.
No.
50 years.
You know what?
We
Wasn't
let
it-
down
wasn't
Roger
even
Deakins.
That was closer
far
than I
off.
thought it would be.
Wasn't even that. I knew it was like well, I'm sure like he won Human Lifetime or something. But,
All right, Jack, hit us.
oh shit! Hang on.
Hit us with the rhythm of your question. At home as well. Did you get that one right? Please let us know. Can you tell I'm pushing the audience interaction
Oh,
tonight?
my questions aren't that
Was that in your
vague.
research?
Oh,
Vague.
Just pretty vague. I've got my first one. I thought I'd kick it off easy with what year was Snow White released.
Oh my god. Vague, right? Not vague.
I think I know it.
What easy question?
what, the animated Snow White?
Yeah,
It depends which one you say, and we'll say you're wrong.
good point. Shouldn't yeah.
Snow White and the Seven Snorts, that's what we should have been called.
What is it you said the other night? Ketamine is key.
Ketamine is key. I'm getting that tattooed on my ankle.
It's a
Oh,
big
that's
ankle
funny as
you've
well.
got.
You take ketamine with a key. That's what's brilliant about it. Not that I know.
What are you thinking?
If it's animated, I guess it's
I
around
think
like...
it's the first like proper animated feature-length Disney film?
I don't know.
Disney princess.
Because Steamboat Mickey was the first.
No, I mean
Steamboat Willie.
Like
Oh,
Disney
my God.
princess.
It's proper.
That's another good team name.
It is.
I need an answer.
28.
28.
No.
No.
Surely.
1946.
Is that your final answer, team?
Yes.
I don't know what it is
Yeah,
either. Can I have a guess?
You can
Even
have a
though
guess.
I'm on your team.
Yeah.
Do we get bonus points if I get it right?
Actually, it probably wouldn't have been during the war.
I'd say
possible.
1934.
It was 1937.
Oh,
I knew it was the 30s.
You weren't that far off, I suppose.
Thank you.
You just shot a guess in the middle of just at the end of World War II there, so it's all good.
Yeah, So Hitler was really going for it. He was proper caning it back in 1937.
Yeah.
Whereas 46, he was dead.
This prime years.
All right. Well, as far as we're aware,
Yeah, dead in Argentina. Probably with a hangover.
living it up. All right, Sam, you're up.
Drinking pina coladas as we speak.
okay. Who voiced Mickey in Look Who's Talking Now? No, Look Who's Talking. No, Look Who's Talking Now. That's the second one. The first Look Who's Talking. Who voiced?
That's a you
Mickey?
sort of film.
Is it?
I've
I've
not
never even
seen.
heard
I've not
of
seen
Look
it.
Who's
I've heard of it, but only because I sort of passed it on Netflix that one time, and there's a sequel.
Great film.
Mickey. Look, this isn't Mickey Mouse, is it?
No.
So this is what I'm saying. My next question, easy.
Alright, I'll give you a hint. It's the baby boy.
I've never seen the film. I did not know there was a baby boy in it.
I don't know.
The best baby character in
Alec
any
Baldwin
film.
in the Boss Baby.
The one from Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like
Alec
"Cookie,"
Baldwin.
and
No,
he pulls out a cigar.
Casey.
Get out of my
Casey
face, boy.
Affleck, but he did his like Manchester by the Sea voice, so he's like Boston.
I killed my kids.
My kids are all.
I am the kid, you know.
My kids are all
It's
dead.
crispy.
Hello, I am the kid. Yes, I am a baby.
All right, we're not sure, Tom.
Christopher Walken.
Hello, I'm a baby.
We're never gonna know. We're not destined to
Bruce
know.
Willis.
Bruce Willis. I don't know that.
Oh yeah, you named somebody bald. I'm sure at one point there. You know.
Bruce Willis does a lot of acting's a job for him. He doesn't really.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just accepts
The
it.
Die
It's
Hard's a
just
sick film.
okay.
Yeah, he gets lucky sometimes.
All right, I got an easy one. Which is should have booked my ideas up here.
You said make him challenging.
Oh, make
yeah,
him
but that we could
challenging
answer.
within
that You
reason.
could answer, Tom.
I've got who directed the 1971 film Jewel.
Jewel.
Are you saying this is easy?
That's pretty easy.
This is just embarrassing for all parties, isn't it?
You're going on like yours are easy and ours are hard.
This is how I feel every
To be fair,
podcast.
I think Jack's are slightly easier than yours have been. So
You'll know it when mine are all like easy, but you'll definitely know it when I tell you.
Jewel.
Jewel. What year?
1971. It was in the question. You don't get any more information in the question. 71 film Jewel. My dad's text me, he knows.
Well,
Thanks,
Ian,
Ian.
why don't you come on the fucking show?
Come on, we'll get a notification.
Actually, he said these questions are ridiculously easy, so he's mugged us all off.
Oh, you know what, Ian? We don't.
Ian, you're googling it, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's any guesses?
Wait, yeah, I'll give it a guess. Jewel.
Hitchcock. I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
In 70.
Wait, I didn't get my guess.
Go on. Could have been right. That's could have
I
been
mean,
right,
you're a
but-
team, aren't you? So.
Stephen King.
It's Steven Spielberg. It
Oh.
was Spielberg's
I was
first
gonna
film.
go with
Jewel?
Yeah.
George
No, he's-
Lucas or Spielberg.
I'm sure.
I was gonna say Eddie Murphy.
A truck film.
That's Jewel.
Is that Jewel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Jewel! I thought you said Jewel, as in like a.
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying Jewel as well.
All right, there you go.
I
Told
just-
you they were easy.
Well, if you pronounce them right,
Yeah, I was about to say.
Jewel. Said.
Is it Jewel or
I challenge
Jewel?
it's like saying,
I challenge you to a duel.
who plays the lead character in Planet of the Apps?
It's that drink rule when someone mispronounces something.
Anyway, Jewel.
That's
Welcome
great.
to the Bolton. All right, Tom, you're up with your. I don't know how many minutes are in the film.
Yeah.
29,000 hours.
This one's a fairly easy one.
How many minutes are in 127 hours?
Oh, that's quite a good one. All right, you can read that.
Okay, right. In Independence Day, what can Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum do until the fat lady sings?
Can't do.
Can't, as in cannot.
That's a shit film.
And that's
Um,
until
I
the
don't like
fat
that.
lady sings, not songs.
Well, they don't meet until
Six.
halfway through the film, and halfway through the film it gets terrible.
This is the first Independence Day. Right?
I'll give you a clue. So they do something, and then they're like, "Let's do this," but they're like, "Well, we can't until the fat lady sings."
Is it? I mean, the only thing they do together is when they get on that spaceship and then fly and then blow the spaceship up. But that is the plot, so I feel like it's too obvious. I don't know the plot of the film.
It's an act.
Oh,
It's a motion of doing something.
I haven't the foggiest clue.
We can't
Die.
sit in our ass.
Sit in our arse.
That's our answer.
Inside our arse.
Sit on our arse. Sit on our.
Have a look at his arse.
Am I right?
Oh.
No.
Damn it!
Audience, can you guess?
That was right.
Yes.
Hello,
Not
audience.
you, Ian, because you're a nonce. I'm sorry, that was a bit.
Wait, which one out of the 71?
Yeah.
So,
No.
what?
I can't remember the number, but Ian's whatever. 51.
71.
Oh, 51, Christ.
51.
71. Yeah.
What was either the age of the person or the year they were born?
Tom answered the question.
1966 he was born.
Smoke a cigar.
Year of our Lord.
They have 2 cigars as a token of
Yes, at the very end of the film, I remember that scene.
Yes.
Yes.
What a good film.
I saw Independence Day
You need
once.
to get bored, mate.
Alright, now on to...
What year did that come out? 1996.
Huh?
1996.
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say it's typical Tom, but it's about a decade too late.
I feel.
Are you gonna make
Did
these
he
harder
just
now?
call me a nonce? He did, yeah. But no, here we go. Here's one that you'll win on. The only question that'll get answered all night. Which famous actor who voiced a notorious evil villain also played Mufasa? See, I thought mine were easy.
Oh, it's Carla Jones, isn't it? Is that actually? Oh, I don't know if that's.
Carl L. Jones.
Oh no.
That's another drink.
I can't remember his name. Like.
You mean the guy who plays Lando?
No, Darth Vader.
Well, his name's not Carl L. Jones.
No, it's not.
I like how Josh knows it, but he's making Tom. He's
I'm
putting
not
Tom
gonna
through this.
already.
No, I'll leave it. I'll let Tom do it.
Oh, no.
Right, I'm giving
Drag
you.
Tom through the mud.
I'm giving you about 10 seconds.
I think I'm mixing the guy who plays Apollo Creed and the guy who plays Darth Vader's name.
You've got about 5 seconds left.
Come on, Tom. You can do it.
I actually can't think of his
3, 2.
Josh,
one.
just answer it.
No.
All right,
On principle.
Can I answer it?
go on, Liam.
It's James L. Jones.
It is James.
James,
so
that's it.
Carl.
Carl.
10 out of 10.
Tom, I want you to be a better person.
It's an honest mistake. I just forgot the name.
That's going in
At
the
least I
title
got half
of
the
Carl
right.
L. Jones.
Carl, that's our new team.
The return of the Carl L. Jones.
Oh, Christ. All right, go on, Tom.
Okay, I gotta admit, this is good. This is a difficult one for you.
Oh, this is a difficult one.
I bet you get this one first time.
I mean, you said make them challenging, and I was like, this is Jack who knows
Challenging
everything.
within reason.
I mean,
You know, we have an audience.
okay,
No, we don't. Well, we do. We have one guy.
Hi, Ian.
Right.
51 for ball.
What does the acronym MCP mean in Tron?
I've never seen Tron.
Why not?
Because it's shit. Stop.
seen it.
That's an S-bomb.
Oh.
I feel like we should have a reading list before we watch this. Like a watch list.
My films are all. I reckon you've seen almost all my films.
MCP.
Except maybe 2.
I think this might happen.
Think technical. Think
Okay, manual.
Carl Earl Jones.
Do they get? Can I guess each letter?
Yes, you can.
Is it manual?
No.
Shit, never mind.
All right, we give up.
It's Master Control Program.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
My mistake.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, here's one. What book is Apocalypse Now based on? See, at least they know them.
I know this one.
Like they know them, but they still struggle.
Heart of Darkness.
Correct.
Boom.
Oh,
Within reason.
Yes.
Oh.
1-0. Up the ticks. Will Green.
I think I might lose this one. I think 1-0 is the acceptable winning score.
Could have been 2-0.
It wasn't worth
I
it.
mean, you guys do have 2-0, but Carl L. Jones.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, here we go. There's another easy one.
Right.
Easy.
What book is Forrest Jr. reading at the end of Forrest
It's
Gump?
fun, this quiz, isn't it?
Oh, I know this one. I think I do anyway.
What film is it?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Jr.
Oh, Forrest Jr.
Is it
Here's a little bit of a hint. It's the one that his grandmum reads Forrest when he was a kid.
Oh no, I would have said something about a caterpillar.
The Hungry One, by any chance? Tom, I've not a clue.
I watched that film like the other day.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's
This is what I'm saying.
All right, it's kids.
Tom picks like a what colour was that door in the background? Such a scene.
Literally, yeah. I'm like, I've got well written out.
I was thinking more along the lines of what in Jaws does he say he needs a bigger of?
I think
everyone would get it. That's the whole point.
I can't wait for Tom's quotes. It's going to be like, who said hello in that film?
We want our listeners to enjoy this, not have a hernia thinking about it.
On Messenger,
you did
if I make a quote quiz by myself, it would literally be, hi, guess this, guess the quote high.
To be fair.
And you said it.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Sure. Alright.
We don't know.
I don't even want to guess. Just go.
I'm sure it's a TV program now.
I'm actually bored now.
It's 2 movies. Is it? Yeah. Is it 2 movies?
It's about a monkey.
Oh, Curious George.
Hey. You don't get the point though.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Should we have a song and then come back?
Yeah, go on then.
But if we not get we might as well get 10 questions now.
Yeah, let's get 10 done.
We got 5 left. We're somehow only 5 questions into each other's quiz.
We've done questions.
We've done 10 questions, 5 each. No.
I thought it was a soundbite, but it's a song. Enough of that.
That is
Let's
not
carry on.
the same film. Enough of that. Is it? All right, whose go is it? Is it mine?
Yes.
Mine.
It matters a great deal.
I think this was the point where I was like, you know what, I should go more for indie films.
Oh.
But you'll still know them all. They're just good films, rather than because my first 5 were about big directors, big names, and I was like, you know what, I'll go for smaller ones. I tried not to do any of the same, so I went for actually I did miss one. Which actor? You'll get this one easily. Which actor connects the film Three Kings and Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
George Clooney.
I was winging on being on a Rigo's team for that one.
Yep.
Because I knew you'd get that.
It's my favourite film of the Coen Brothers.
It's a great film.
Probably my favourite, what's his name, film as well. What's his name?
I don't know. Three Kings is a brilliant
The guy
film.
made Silver Linings Playbook.
To be fair.
American Hustle. David O. Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right, Tom. Here we go.
I'm on 5. If only those were the questions.
Right. Well, when I chose this question,
oh, here we go.
It was intended for Josh.
The second he needs to
did
describe it.
Write any questions that weren't for me?
Yeah, that one wasn't for
right,
you.
Fair enough.
This one was for you.
That was too obvious.
You're on my team now, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But because you love the Passion of Christ so
Oh
much.
Christ! I've never seen it. Just answer. Just give us the answer.
Oh, you spoiler, Jesus died.
Use an educated guess. What 2 languages were spoken in that film?
Oh, that's pretty easy.
I imagine English is one of them.
English and Hebrew.
Right.
That's what I guess at. I mean,
one of them's right. Try and guess the other one.
Which ones were right?
Well, that's the question.
Oh, here we go. Genuinely, this is all you,
I
Liam.
suppose English was right.
This is Mel Gibson.
I'm trying to play LA Noir with you now, so.
American.
Have you seen Apocalypto?
American and Scottish, yeah, it's all in mine, isn't it?
Mm. So, what do you think Mel Gibson did with his ultra-realistic film about Jesus?
English. I was surprised.
There's no English.
There's no English.
There's no English in Passion
Hebrew was correct. We'll give
Jesus
you
didn't speak English.
Okay, Hebrew and
French.
No, Arabic. I don't know.
It's Latin.
Latin, really?
Of course.
Though Latin was a European thing.
Or was it?
I don't know. It's all you. This one, Liam.
No, it starts off in.
I don't know. Parts of the Holy Land.
So we get half a point for that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you half a point.
Does it
We
matter?
got half a point.
Moving swiftly on to a great film. Which 1994 film involves Ewan McGregor, Christopher Eccleston, a suitcase full of money, and a death?
Shallow Grave.
Yes, brilliant film.
Yes.
I'm not saying
Such a good film.
It's my
favorite. It's my favorite.
Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle film.
I watched it very recently because we made a film in our class quite similar to it.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, my short film is basically
Shallow Grave.
Shallow
I
Grave.
love Shallow Grave so much.
Shallow Grave with an extra pair. No, Shallow Grave, but in a field.
I see.
We couldn't afford
instead of a loft.
A loft, yeah.
Reasonable. All right, Tom, go on.
Okay.
Give us this
You should
fun.
be able to get this one. What is the name of Quinn's boat in Jaws?
I made a Jaws reference before.
You did make
Wait,
a Jaws reference.
his boat.
His boat. What is the name of his boat? Spoilers, it's not Jenny.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. It's something like the Aurora or something.
Beautiful name.
I don't know.
It's a killer name.
What would you name a boat, Jack?
Jack.
It's not a human name.
The Orca.
Yeah.
Your dad just told you
Cheers,
that.
Dad.
I saw the moment you looked at your phone. His eyebrows literally raised. They were like,
I said Aurora, which is
wrong.
like 10% right.
Hey, if I can't have Carlo Jones, you can't have Aurora.
Carlo.
Carlo Jones.
Every time I hear it, it sounds further.
I thought you were trying to say Carlo Ren.
All right.
What's the guy? Is it Carl Weathers from who plays Apollo from Rocky?
I don't know.
It's him and
We'll never say
James
Rocky
Earl
either.
Jones. Oh my, what?
All right, moving on.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Rocky Balboa.
Alright, your question.
Mr.
Right.
T.
Another great film here, which you'll get. Josh will get.
Josh will get this.
Tom will get none of my questions. Josh will get most of
That's
them.
a good question, actually.
Which 2002 British horror involves Scotland, a countryside house, and werewolves?
Oh.
I gave it. Oh no, this one. No, this one was pandered to Tom actually.
Dog Soldiers.
Yes, I remember you said you'd seen this, so this one, that was the one that was pandered to Tom. That's the noise.
Monkey in the studio.
Planet of the Apps.
Planet of the Apps. The radio show.
All right.
Jesus.
What about him?
Next one, Tom. Here we go.
Spoke Hebrew and Latin in Passion of the Christ. Did you know that, Jack?
Say that again.
Spoke Hebrew and Latin in Passion.
Nah, I don't believe it.
I didn't know that either.
Pure French.
I knew one of them.
French Canadian.
Okay, Jack.
And Liam.
I'm hoping you'll get this.
I'm not.
In the School
I've given
of
up.
Rock, who comes up with the band name?
Well, there's so many kids in that film. It could have been any of them.
Was
And
it-
that character
was
development that's there.
It wasn't the Asian one.
Was it?
I didn't even know there was an
it
Asian
Megan
one.
from Drake and Josh?
What a film! Yeah, it's a great film, but whatever. I don't have a clue. Let me guess. Let me guess. Is it the
What I'll do is I'll get up the names of
Is it
all
the gay one or the fat black one?
The one from Drake and Josh.
Oh yeah, the one from
iCarly.
iCarly.
Neighbour.
Oh,
iCarly is my answer.
What's the character's name?
Something
iCarly.
Rose Miranda. No, something like that. I'm sure it's got Miranda.
I'll
in
give
it.
you a clue.
Miranda Carly, iCarly.
It's a season of the year.
Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 out
I'll
of
let him
10.
have that one.
Tom.
Is that actually the girl from iCarly?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
She's a
yeah.
Disney star.
That's fair.
That's quite funny.
We
Yeah,
get that.
we got iCarly. 10 out of 10. Sure.
I'm gonna bring it in.
Drake Bell.
I'm gonna bring in an iCarly quiz.
Oh, genuinely, when you said the one from Jake and Josh, I was like, Jake and Josh are in that film.
To be fair, I don't remember anybody actually. Don't they just come out with like a blanket that's got School of Rock written on it, and then they drape it down? So,
Not a clue. Oh, mine. Name George Romero's first film.
Night of the Living Dead.
Correct. See, piece of piss. These questions.
I mean, I had no clue, but
You'd like George Romero.
I do like Nat Living Dead.
That was me.
Go on, Tom.
Okay.
I shouldn't have answered that so quick. It ruins it for the listeners, doesn't it?
The listeners didn't know that.
As I say, listeners, if you are
Yeah, that's why we're getting them wrong.
Let us know how many you've gotten right, or
Yeah, that's why we're not answering questions, because all the
Apart from
listeners
me,
will get them.
just come on our Facebook page or tweet
Well,
us.
like Jack's had to comment. I've gotten them all right so far. You guys are monsters.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 9. What is the name of the place that Andy Dufresne left red money and a letter?
Tree.
There's a Family Guy joke about that, about how he can't remember the name.
Tree.
Because it's like a long Mexican name.
It's not. It's literally
Tree.
6 letters.
It's a tree.
No, but there's no vowels though.
It's a tree. This is what I'm saying.
What is
What's a Mexican name?
The town, the place.
Juarez.
No. This isn't.
Was it
This
Juarez?
isn't where he goes.
Luis Suarez.
This is where he leaves.
It's a type
the
of water.
box of money.
Oh, where he leaves the box.
Yes.
Juarez.
How many
I
letters?
tried
Again,
to-
6.
I did, like
6
you repeating
letters.
that is going to make me know the
It's
answer.
a type of water.
And it's not Volvic.
Evian. Big up Evian. There are no other options.
I'm just like, damn, this bottle of Volvic in front of me.
What's mine? Hang on.
It's just,
Highland Spring.
how many's that?
Buxton.
I get to.
Is it Buxton?
Yeah.
Buxton.
Just
No, I did just named more waters. I was ready to go through all the waters.
Wait, giving them that.
Yeah, go on then, Tim. It don't really matter.
Well, they're taking over us now.
In the room.
Have we?
No.
In the room.
I don't think we have.
Everybody's a winner. Especially those people who are gender neutral. Remember, no assumptions, no stereotypes, no gender roles. It's for everyone. Hashtag we win. We with 2 E's.
Are they more of a winner than the rest of us? Or
Equal
winners.
We're equal winners.
Equal winners.
That's the motto for the podcast as well. No assumptions,
All
no
right.
stereotypes.
Want to try again, Tom?
No cinnamon rolls.
Okay, my next one
Leave your
is...
stupid comments in your pocket.
Tom tried to put that on, but I didn't turn it off.
Mine was name the second Bond film made.
Oh,
The second.
the second.
The audience.
That's a good one.
'Cause I think that was, that's probably the toughest question I've got. Because if you don't know Bond,
No.
then everyone knows
The
what
Spy
number
Who
one
Loved
is.
Me.
No, it's From Russia with Love.
Was the first one?
Dr. No.
Dr. No,
No.
then From Russia with Love, then Goldfinger. But like everyone knows that Dr. No is the first one, and like Goldfinger
That's
was.
a good question.
in
I
the-
applaud that. That's what we need more of.
This is the style. I was sat there for like a good while, writing these questions out. I was like, you know what?
It's as vague of my questions. Like
That is not as
that was
vague.
not an easy question.
Oh, it wasn't an easy question, but that's like the hardest question I've got.
Alright, go on, Tom. It's what you
Right.
want.
Okay. In the film Deepwater Horizon, starring Mark Wahlberg.
I've seen
Let me
this.
guess, you haven't
I've seen it.
yet.
I've seen it.
I'm quite an expert
But it was
on
crap.
Mark Wahlberg.
All right, go on.
How many people die?
Wait, hang on. Only one guy dies, doesn't he?
No.
Two, I think, or
Like
three.
12.
What?
Yeah, there's like
No, it's
12
just that one
people.
guy in the tower,
no,
isn't it?
No,
Oh, I think there's a few that don't get found.
But no, anyway, what oil company owns the rig?
BP.
There we go.
Jesus
guess.
Christ, Tom.
Tommy, these two.
Our entertainers, they are, every time Tom asks a question, it's like, bye. Oh, Christ. Okay, okay, this one's reasonably easy. This was like as vague as I can make this question without it being obvious, and it still is obvious. In which film does James Stewart play an injured newspaper photographer?
Ooh. An injured.
If I put any more to that, you get it. I couldn't even put year or anything.
That's pretty specific.
Because you get that. Because it is the plot of the film.
All I'm thinking is like, It's a Wonderful Life, but he's not injured. He
Also,
just jumps off a bridge.
great
Newspaper photographer.
An injured newspaper photographer.
James Stewart. You know who James Stewart is?
No.
You want the moon? I'll give you the moon.
Yeah,
I'll throw a lasso around
I'm
it.
not going to get this whatsoever.
Yes.
What's it called? I'm going to name the wrong Hitchcock film here, but it's
Dot.
I was going to say Review, but it's not. It's
Mirror.
Vertigo.
No, it's Rear Window. But you were so close. It's, in my opinion, Hitchcock's best film, Rear Window.
There you go. What's wrong with the guy sees the murder out his window?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the plot. The literal plot of the film is he gets injured. He gets hit by a race car trying to take pictures of a race car.
I didn't know he was a photographer.
So he's stuck in that's like the opening like 20 minutes, and then he basically is stuck in his house and sees a murder maybe.
Wow. Round one of questions is over. Audience, who do you think had the better questions? How many did you get right? Let us know.
No.
We're now going to go to a song.
Yes.
Oh, what a tune!
This one.
Yeah. What a tune.
Enjoy.
This is the same one.
Yep.
Don't enjoy this one again.
Down. Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, what a tune!
What a tune. Sing along and make sure to comment and tweet us on the Room Pulse Media Radio Show. Oh yeah.
Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world.
Okay, and obviously you've probably guessed this.
Oh
No. You've probably guessed the soundtrack by now.
Well, it shows that nobody's listening, because if they did, they would have told us by now.
Well, Ian's listening.
Thanks.
He
Sorry.
says the music is so crap. I'm turning it off when it's on.
You know what, Ian?
So
I wish we could turn you off.
I am complaining to him. Don't worry.
Put him in a home, Jack. Put him in a...
He's put Jack in a home.
I have complained to him. Anyway, whose go is it? Yours or mine? Mine?
I
feel like it
think
might-
you went last. You went last with the
with the no nothing.
Okay.
All right, we got to your quotes now, aren't we?
I'm on to quotes. Yeah, you just did normal
What's
trivia,
that?
didn't you? That's the thing.
Why does it look like it's been in a wash?
I screwed it up, but then like Josh said he wanted to use it for the YouTube thing, so I was like, okay.
Did I? Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay, this one.
Make sure you clear your throat a bit clearer into the mic, Tom.
Okay. This is what it's devolved into, is it?
Quotes.
I think we'd have more viewers if it was just
The cat goes.
4 people making noises incoherently for 2 hours. We'd have more viewers that way.
Alright, so there we go. I'm excited for these quotes. I really am.
One. What we got here is failure
To communicate. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a film.
I thought you definitely would have seen it. So I put it in. If people recognise it, it was in the Guns N' Roses song.
No, it's not where I recognise it from the film.
I've not seen that. You'll get the second one, Jack.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Is it the inanimate object?
You're an inanimate.
Fucking object.
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
It's not from
He shares a name with somebody in our class who recently picked up an injury this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't remember the name and I can't bother.
He went there.
I know, yeah.
Listening, like quickly now. Text Jack and tell us if you know.
Hang on.
Let's wait.
I'm going to put this part of my body in front of that fan.
I mean,
Just,
that was the worst clue that you could have possibly said.
It's Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand.
Oh,
yes.
Cool. I have seen that film, but I watched it when I was very young.
Right, on to you.
Great
Question
film,
number.
great film.
Did Ian get it?
He's not messaged.
Nice.
Probably turned off. Probably still thinks the song's on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Probably angry because Jack just said he's going to put him at home.
Did I say that?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Did someone else say that? All right, go on. Oh no, it's me. Sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies. All right, boys. How many Tarantino films has Tim Roth appeared in?
We can work this out.
Yeah, there you go. See, reasonable question.
Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight.
He's not in Death Proof.
Is he in Django in the bar where they're fighting and they're buying and selling?
Why would I tell you?
No, it's the original Django from the other films or the original films.
I don't think he's in
Kill Bill? Any of those?
I don't think he is. 3.
Correct.
Oh.
I feel like that was very much like a question of sport. All the questions on question of sport, if you've ever seen that, are all you can all work out.
It's like like.
So then, Phil Tufnell's there, just like, give me a minute.
That's the only one you can have in that put in that you can work out. But
20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can work it out.
Yeah. I couldn't work out. You know the scene where they're wrestling and they're like at an auction.
Yeah,
I couldn't work out if he was in that.
Looks like he was sat on it. Yeah. All right, next.
Quote number 2. I am serious, but don't call me Shirley.
Hey, was that my mum?
It's Airplane. But I almost put that in a quote quiz, but again, I thought that was too obvious.
I thought it was a trick question just because of how obvious it was.
Also, it's I am serious and don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
I said that.
You said but.
Did I?
We will listen back on the recording.
I think you did get it wrong.
Well, damn.
I feel it's from.
Bonus point.
I'm just putting up pictures I like, just to put on the table. So I got a picture.
Okay, this
of
one's
quite.
This one's quite easy.
Nice.
Alright.
Which 1999 film sees 3 students trapped in the woods?
Blair Witch Project.
Yes.
Boom. Sorry, audience, for
smashing it on out of the park.
Make sure you pause it exactly after Jack says it.
Exactly after I've said the. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, these are good questions. They're not
Jack
too
should do
difficult.
all the questions all the time.
They are absolutely reasonable.
And then we can
do
do
for that
next week.
But then I don't get
let us
to
know what you think. But maybe we could do it next week where we all come up with a series of questions
that aren't too difficult,
and then we read them out to the other 3, and we have to do a buzzer. So Liam can go Alabama Hot Pockets. Someone can go Roger Deakins,
and I'll be like,
and I can go Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay, go on, Tom. Here we go.
Quote
Quote number 3.
Number 3. If you build it,
they will come.
He will
Field
come.
of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is a very good film.
He will come.
I was going to say Wayne's World, unironically, just then. Wayne's World 2.
Wow.
Also, I like you could have gone for the "if you build it, they will come" quote from Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah,
which is actually what he says in the mall.
They will come.
Which is what you should have.
It's like he's just gonna do really versatile ones like who says hello. And
this isn't pointless, Jack.
Yeah, who said it the least? Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is quite a tough one, but which famous actor plays Jeff Lebowski's assistant in The Big Lebowski?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes. See, if Josh wasn't there, these would be tough questions. But
Philip Seymour
they're just
Hoffman.
reasonable.
Carl Jones.
I almost put which dead actor, but then it was even more obvious because you could just
rest
list it
in
off
peace,
dead
Big
actors.
Phil.
Big P.
Respect.
Where were you when Philip Seymour Hoffman died?
Devon, I think. She was in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I was in college and someone said Philip Seymour Hoffman's dead. And
Maybe it wasn't in Devon then.
Oh.
I was in Devon. You remember when that guy went onto the island in Norway and killed all those children?
Yeah, I do remember.
No.
Yeah, neo-Nazi. Yeah.
Anyway, go on, Tom.
Okay, quote number 4. If I'm not back in 5 minutes.
Just wait longer, Ace Ventura. Terrible film.
That's a good quote, though.
It's a good quote, though.
Ace Ventura is a great film.
It is a great film.
No.
Jack, you just got.
Is it the sequel where he's birthed throwing rhinos?
Yeah,
that's the best.
I tried to rewatch Ace Ventura like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it is actually like I Jim Carrey films I really like, but I cannot.
Mike Myers film, not Mike Myers. Yeah, Mike Myers film.
Which one?
Well, like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Can't watch him anymore.
He's his accent.
It's just not the same. It's just not funny.
Can't stand his accent.
Do you want they're funny, but not because
Wayne's World, I don't like anymore.
I don't like Wayne's World. It's terrible. I couldn't even get through Wayne's World.
I'd rather just watch, Keanu Reeves go radical.
I do like that film too.
All right. It's my go, isn't it? This was one that was like I think only Josh will get this.
Only me.
Only you'll get this. Which 2012 film follows two lovebirds as they take a cross-country road trip gone wrong?
Which what?
2012 film.
Ooh, two lovebirds take a cross-country trip gone wrong. Now, I want to say this 2007 film, RV, with Robin Williams. Because that's a great film. God bless the man.
That's a great film.
2012. Ooh.
Well, come out in 2012.
I mean, if you think you know it, Tom, feel free to jump in on that one.
I love two lovebirds.
Two lovebirds.
Going across country.
Road trip.
That's interesting.
Would they be in? Would they be in a car?
Well, I doubt they'd be fucking walking.
You never know.
I do know they wouldn't be walking.
Jogging cross country.
Yeah. Not Forrest Gump. Forrest and Jenny. Well, I'm struggling here. 2012. Love film.
Yeah, when I thought it was too difficult, I put in the year. So that you could.
I'm sure it's something really obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll kick yourself. I don't think you wouldn't even. Oh, you won't see it, Tom.
Is there any clues?
No. Because we're about 9,000 points in.
Oh, come on,
behind.
just humour me. Give me a clue.
God, what's a tough clue? It's British. Easy.
It's British. Oh, I was thinking Across America. Sightseers.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put British in because it was too obvious.
There we go.
Sightseers. Absolutely 10 out of 10 film.
I was just thinking Across the USA instantly.
See, I've literally gone for I've gone through all well-known directors or just known directors and tried to pick one of their films.
Is that Ben Wheatley's one?
That was Ben Wheatley's one. Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was going to do something about Free Fire, but I thought it was too obvious. That's what I was like.
Pronounce the South African guy's name.
Carl Earl Jones. Carl Earl Jones.
Shokalto Copley Jones.
Okay, Tom, you're up. I was going to do quotes, but I thought they were all too obvious, so I was like, I'll just do 10 more trivia questions.
Well, I tried to do
The quote, it's not easy to find an unknown quote.
Yeah. Quote number 5. All you need is love. John Lennon. Smart man, shot in the back, very sad.
Sorry, I ruined that quote a bit.
You did.
What? Sounds like Trump. That sounds like a Trump tweet.
sounds like a John Lennon lyric.
Shot in the back, very sad, rude, fake news. I don't know, Tom.
Oh, was he?
You know, if John Lennon had a gun too, he wouldn't have been shot.
Good point. All right, Tom, I don't know.
He would have been because he didn't know it was coming up behind him.
You are fake news, sir. Get out of here. You're dumb.
Independence Day.
Look at my African American friend.
My wife, she's my lovely wife.
Look at this African
I
American.
forgot where she's from.
Another
But
Independence
bless
Day.
her.
Another
question.
Independence Day. Yes.
Tom likes Independence Day way too much.
I just googled quizzes and then took.
He googled
Oh, did you?
Independence
I
Day,
wrote
yeah.
my own questions.
That's very good. I can tell they're very well
Yeah.
thought out.
Just I thought about them and didn't
Yeah,
just
good
like
job.
steal them.
I do not care that much.
I know it's your idea and everything.
I know.
All right. Which famous horror film stars Max Schreck as the lead villain?
Shrek the Third.
Villain.
Shrek 4 ever after.
Imagine through the entirety of Shrek, his first name's Matt. And then you get the scene where they get married. It's like Matt Shrek, it's like Fiona, whatever. It
Max Shrek.
Max.
is. Is it Friday the 13th?
No.
Is it Halloween?
No.
Is it Chainsaw Massacre?
No.
Is it?
No.
Wait, repeat the question, please.
Okay. Which famous horror film stars Max Schreck?
Oh, you said Matt the first time.
No, I said Max.
Fuck's
It's
sake.
I thought you said Matt as well.
I did say Max like that again after when you were talking about it. Stars Max Schreck
That makes my Matt Shrek thing
as
pointless.
the lead villain. Yeah, that's why I would let it happen and then said Max.
God damn it.
Can we get a year?
No. Too obvious if you get a year.
Not too obvious.
Every time he asks for a clue, they've got one.
Well, I've said 3 films. Tom, you go on. Just say.
If I gave you a year,
Scream.
it would no, it's Nosferatu, which is why if I gave you a year, you'd have been
I
like,
would not have gotten that even if you.
it'd have been like it was the 20s. You'd have been like, what horror film came out of the 20s? There was like
No,
one.
I would
Alright,
not
that.
have even got that.
Okay, go on, Tom.
Okay. Quote number 6. My first day as a woman, and I'm getting hot flashes.
Oh, I know this one.
Is it the Robin Williams terrible one?
Is it Mrs. Doubtfire?
That one.
Do you know what? Yes, but you're not getting the point.
Why?
Because Jack's just. What are you
Because
even?
you got it
why?
right.
What's wrong with you,
Jack,
Jack? You're saying Mrs. Doubtfire.
I got
is
it right.
terrible.
Yeah.
Jack, your taste in film is like absolute shite.
No, I
It
mean
is.
Independence Day.
Carl L. Jones.
Carl Jones.
Literally, all the films I have named on this list are great. Well, I mean, Blair Witch
Sure.
is good, but it's not 10 out of 10.
Blair Witch is a good, fun Christian time.
Which 1973 film follows Sergeant Howie as he investigates reports of a missing child? 3 weeks in a row, boys. That one I literally put in so I could say 3 weeks in a row, boys.
Wait, say it again.
Which 1973 film follows Sergeant Howie as he investigates reports
Howie or
of an
Harry?
Howie,
Howie.
Howie, as he investigates reports of a missing child. I put 1973 so that, you know, narrowed it down because I understood that that was a more difficult question. It's a very good film. So that's why last week. A little bit. Only very briefly.
Missing child.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
No, probably not.
Listeners, pause this episode.
Guess
Go
it
back to
right
last
now.
week's. Listen.
Just listen to the entire thing. Unpause. Come back.
Wait, have you mentioned this film in the past 3 weeks?
2 weeks. This is the third.
Is it directed by Stephen King?
Only very briefly though.
What directed?
It's directed by Robin Hardy, if that helps, who is now dead. He died like last year. Was it this year? No.
Just trying to think of a film that Jack talks about.
It came out in 1973.
That's the thing, you can narrow it down because it can't be anything more recent than the 73. So.
And it's a detective, Howie.
Sergeant Howie.
Sergeant Howie.
No, I'm stumped.
The Wicker Man.
Oh,
Oh, fuck, of course.
of course it is.
No, 2006 film. Starring Nicolas Cage.
Follows Nicolas Cage and his hunt for bees.
I'll read out Tom's next question.
Excellent news.
Hey, I'm a child of divorce. Give me a break.
What?
That isn't an extract from your autobiography, Liam.
No. My parents weren't divorced. They were never married. Ha!
Touche.
Joke's on you.
My first date.
I'm a
Oh, no, that's
child,
wrong.
I'm a
Hey,
child of divorce.
I'm a child of divorce. Give me a break.
If this is from a good film, I'll eat my shoe.
Yes, but it's a good film.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. Was it from?
All right,
It's a
Liam,
good
you're
film,
up.
but it's not a great film.
Okay.
Is it from Superman 4, The Quest
Like
for
most
Peace?
of Tom's films are from the 90s.
What about Return?
I think it's from the 90s.
I don't know.
American.
Psycho.
Yeah, I've only seen that once. I need to watch that again to be
I
fair.
don't remember that line from it, to be fair. I only remember the scene where he's like...
I don't
I
remember,
remember
any of
two
that
scenes
film.
from that, or three, I guess. The one where he kills him.
I remember the.
Do you
I
like the
liked
bit
the
Talks for
business
his
part, but-
record for collection, and then kills him with the axe. The bit where he drops a chainsaw down a flight of stairs and kills someone. And the bit where they're shagging, he's looking at himself in the mirror.
I don't remember any of that. I need to watch that. I do need to watch that film again to
It's a
be
good
fair.
film.
I thought that was a memory, not a film. Oh well.
Maybe
Then,
it was.
right, so my next question,
They
I
all
just went topic.
Maybe
then.
we're in the Matrix.
In which film?
That's not the Matrix, that's the X-Files.
It's not the X-Files.
Go on, Jack.
It's the Twilight Zone.
In which film does Gary Oldman play a pimp named Drexel? One of my
True
favorite
Romance.
films. Absolutely correct. Tarantino written script. Tony Scott directed.
Hey, your favourite. 1993.
It's a great film. It's a great film.
He's not in
Yeah.
it that much, is he?
No, he like gets killed really early on. It's just a really weird role
It's a
Gary Oldman's played.
I'll read Tom's next one as well. I'll do it in the voice as well.
Okay, exciting. This might give it away.
Wait, I'm sure you got this. What does that say?
No.
Okay. This is it. Don't get scared. Now. That was so accurate. That was good
Why?
edit.
No! You had a dramatic pause.
Right, I'll get rid of the dramatic pause at the end. This is it. Don't get scared now.
Is it Independence Day again? I wouldn't even be surprised.
In a sense of the word.
Is it what Transformers or something?
It is kind of.
It is. No, I get
No.
what he's saying.
No.
I don't know.
Think about the phrase independence. Then attach it to a film where somebody is independent.
Independent.
And they are scared. Well, they're not trying to be
Independent
scared.
scared man.
Spy Kids 3.
Now imagine him with
Close.
a
Like it's
shotgun as well.
3D.
I'll give you another clue from him. Or another quote from that film.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
There's so many better quotes
It's
from Home
when he
Alone.
like prepares, he gets the gun. He's like, "This is
You
it."
should have just said something like, "Yeah, filthy animal," and then you could have named that black and white film.
Wait,
or
Tom,
something.
would you be angry if I told you that was also a bad film?
Oh my god, Jesus.
I watched that at Christmas.
Jack, I swear.
No, it doesn't mean I won't watch it, but it's still bad film.
I watched it at Christmas. It breaks the fourth wall like all the time. Like,
Yeah, he talks to the guy- like
more
Ferris
than I
Bueller,
remember
innit?
from being a child.
Was it before or after Ferris Bueller? 'Cause it seems,
Way after.
it seems to take.
The
Yeah.
first one was
it
like.
seems to take heavily
Actually,
from
I don't
Ferris
know,
Bueller.
actually. First one was. I can work this out. First one was like 1990. Second one was 1992. Ferris Bueller was 1986. After that, Ferris Bueller.
Oh, right. Maybe Ferris Bueller took heavily from Home Alone. It's like an older him. Anyway. Oh, yeah. This was an easy one. It was too easy, so I was like, I'll narrow it down. Which film franchise connects the director of Black Hawk Down and the director of The Abyss?
Wait, what film franchise?
Yeah.
The Alien.
Correct.
Yeah, Aliens.
Alien 1 and Aliens.
And that
'Cause I was just
directors are
going to
James
say
Cameron.
Ridley Scott and James
and
Cameron,
Ridley Scott.
but I thought it was too obvious. So I was like,
I
at
nearly
least you
shouted
have to
Terminator,
do
but you know. I
your
don't
own
know.
individual.
That was good.
Narrowing it down, innit? There's questions within questions.
I think we should add a buzzer into this next week and make it a lot
yeah,
shorter.
I'm just not
Should
sure
we
how
do
we
a
get
song?
buzzers.
Because we are literally 10 minutes away from finishing.
Sure.
How many questions here?
I got 2.
How many you got?
Yeah, 2 left.
Right, we'll play this song. We'll see the questions, and then we'll stop.
Probably about all we have time for that song, so we'll be back on
Terrible
to
shame, terrible shame. We'll stick it back on at the end.
deal with questions.
Okay, we're doing one final question each, and then there'll be a bonus question for anybody who sticks around listening to the live show. People of YouTube, you will miss that question.
Unluckily.
But, you know, if you don't want to miss it, maybe next time you should listen to us live. If you want to find the link to this, you can find it on our Facebook page, The Room Pulse Media Radio Show, or our Twitter, @The Room Pulse. Tom, is it your go?
Yes. That's a bit of a vague one. But,
Bit of a vague one.
quote, they're coming out of the goddamn walls.
Going out the goddamn walls.
We're
Is
a bit
that
more
like?
of
Is
a-
that like Aliens?
Is that not in SpongeBob?
It is! Well done, you got that.
Is that Bill Paxton?
No, it's,
Is it the woman
Oh,
Vasquez?
I think it might be Bill Paxton. Or it might be,
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Yeah, I rewatched that film a couple of months ago, and he's much more of a pussy than I thought he was in that film.
Bill Paxton's
Yeah.
manager.
Game over.
You ever seen Twister? Great film.
Yeah.
Good game.
This is like throwback to all dead actors.
Go on, hit us with
God, they are 10
hit
minutes
us with
over.
your
That's
last
not
question.
Yeah.
Alright, I go for this one. What is the name
They were 30 minutes early.
of the
Yeah, they came in
adopted child in The Omen?
Oh, yeah.
Significantly easier than the other one.
Because he shouts.
It also is the name of the second film, to be fair.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember.
Which is why it's
where the
quite
nanny
easy.
stood on the roof and she's
And
going.
she goes,
Johnny,
and then jumps, yeah.
Johnny, look over here.
Yes, close, but no.
Is it
cigar.
Jamie?
No.
Is it
Is it
John?
Charlie?
No.
Is it James Earl Jones?
Carl Jones, boys. It is Damien.
Damien, of course.
Damien. Omen 2 is the name of the second Omen film.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
That's a great right.
Great name.
Um,
Woodward Oscars.
Let us know how many of those you got right and got wrong on our Facebook page, the Room Plus Media Radio Show podcast.
And let us know if you completely disagree with Jack, because he's an idiot.
And let us know if you guessed the soundtrack. And just please tell us that you're there. If you want to find us, as always, it's the Room Pulse Media Radio Show on Facebook, at the Room Pulse on Twitter. Our business email is theroompulse@gmail.com. I've got it 3 weeks in a row correct.
Boy.
Applaud me. If you have any concerns or queries or any complaints at all, make sure to direct them at Guitar Hero 69 on Twitter. As always, make sure you use extra snake emojis. That's all from us today. On the YouTube channel, people listening live, stick around. We're going to be here for another 10 minutes or so. 8 minutes. So I've been Josh. Jack's been Jack.
I have.
Liam's been Liam.
I've been here.
And Tom's been Carl Elch. Nailed it.